And welcome back, everybody. It's been a while. So here's a lock I decided to sacrifice and do a little cutaway on. This is a rather popular SLAYMAKER lock, 6 lever, and it is of brass construction. So what's going on here? When I first got this lock without the key, I was able to successfully pick the lock open. And this is the same lock that I discussed in my first book, The Extreme Antique Padlock Collector. And in the book, I've noticed that from experience, you can overlift the tumblers and essentially open the lock and not properly engage the gate and the fence mechanisms. And in doing so, you'll make an incorrect key. So I always had that in the back of my mind, and I came up with a process for decoding these locks going through the shackle, provided that there was enough tolerances to allow such tumbler trapping wires. Well, with this lock, I discovered that I can pick this lock, and what I was finding was the tumblers would freeze at different elevations every time. I'm like, what's going on here? Well, as it turns out, SLAYMAKER master keyed these locks. And what you can't really tell here is that 5 of the top tumblers are all basically extra deep cuts. And the bottom lever tumbler is a little taller than that. So this was a very crudely made master key bitting system that they used on this particular lock. And each lever tumbler has a secondary gate. And, well, one might ask, well, couldn't you make a key based on the fact that the tumblers were trapped? No, something else happened. In the process of picking this lock so many times, I wore down the cam. And I was not able to make a key because the wear prevented me from actuating the tumbler stack into the fence. So essentially, this lock became damaged by my own frustration, by my own doing. So I decided to drill a hole in this and find out what was going on. And also, I thought maybe I could use another technique for opening these locks. I am the inventor of multiple different tumbler trapping tools, and you will find them in my book, The Extreme Antique Padlock Collector, Book 1. And with this lock, I decided to apply some of the same principles. And there is a tumbler trapping tool that is now engaged in this lock before you. But I took it a step further. I decided to add a stabilizer that has an adjustment set screw that will allow me to hold the tumbler trapping tool in perfect elevation. Now, once the tumbler is trapped, then I would, of course, use a L wire or a Z wire to gap gauge the distance from the bottom of the keyway to the edge of the tumbler. So what I'm essentially doing is, because I have a knowledge of the tolerances of these locks, I'm introducing a secondary fence. And this fence, or this wire, if you will, this tumbler trapping wire, is perfect for the workable tolerances. So this is a great little sacrifice, and it'll be a nice application for future locks should I obtain them. I really do like these SLAYMAKER locks. They're really neat, and the mechanism is pretty cool too. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something, and thank you for watching.